Good morning to everybody. Today we are going to discuss about the liquid penetrant testing. So this is the entity which is used in most of the places. There are a lot of entity techniques are available. So this is one of the most familiar technique. So we are going to see in details how the liquid penetrant testing is applied to find the defects in a particular components, right? So normally the entity is non-destructive testing, so we are not breaking any components. So in the components we are find the defects without breaking. So even in the working condition also it is possible. So the first one is the C word stands for course outcome. So what's the course outcome for this unit is we are going to use the liquid penetrant testing method to identify the defects in the different components. So we'll later we will see what type of components we are using. So yellow stands for that's learning outcome. That's physical properties of liquid penetrant. So then we are going to discuss about the penetrant testing materials. So ASO stands for specific outcomes. Then penetrants, what are the different types of penetrants, what are the different type of developers, and so on. So then mainly we are focusing today the basic principle behind the liquid penetrant testing. So and the introduction about the liquid penetrant testing is we are using here the liquid or dye with high surface wetting characteristics is applied to the surface of part by which surface cracks are revealed by bleed out of the colored or fluorescent dye from the flour. So how the colors are bleed out from the flour is we are using some developers. So due to capillary action, so it is coming out from the flowers. And normally we can call it as a dwell time when we are applying the penetrant in the particular component. So we have to wait certain time to penetrate that liquid into the cracks or defects. Normally it is called as a dwell time. And then we are applying developers to pull out the penetrant from the defects, right? So we'll see with the diagrams. So the main principle of the penetrant test, the main thing is temperature is very important. So we have to make sure temperature lies between 4.4 degrees Celsius to 51.6 degrees Celsius. Right, so these exact temperatures we can able to do the penetrant testing. So right, so if the temperature is beyond the preferred temperature, then the liquid penetrant and the developer will damage. Right, then environmental condition is very important. If there is if it is the open space, then the penetrant will evaporate. That's a possibility. And the lighting is very much essential. So adequate lighting system should be provided in order to visible the cracks in the surface, right? And the surface conditions is very important. Surface condition is very important because if there is any foreign materials which is available on the surface, then it's very difficult to penetrate the liquid into the flask. The first, there are a lot of procedures are available, so we will see one by one. The first thing is we have to prepare the surface where we are going to testing the defects. So we can use some cloths, right? So because some of the foreign materials which is available in the top surface of the component, so we have to remove that unwanted foreign materials. So otherwise the liquid will not penetrate in the defects. So surface preparation is very important. Because there may be a dust or water or oil or grease, it may be available in the surface. So the first and foremost thing is we have to clean the surface before going to do the liquid penetrant testing. So we can do it for forged component or cast component, right? So if you are using forged and casting component, etching is required because a lot of process after finishing all the processes, it is coming to the testing, right? So etching is very important to prevent the penetrant from the entering. The second and the foremost step is the application of penetrant. So after cleaning the surface, we have to apply the penetrant in the surface where we are going to check the cracks. So once we are applying the penetrant will penetrate where there is a cracks. So it may be a spray type is available. You can see in the picture there is a gun and there is a spray. Right, so we can able to apply. It is available in the market. There are a lot of types of penetrants are available. It is a petroleum based or water based. So the penetrant, it should, the main property of the penetrant is it should be high sensitive and it will give more contrast, the brightness, so that we can able to visualize the cracks. So high sensitivity penetrant is normally water washable, so it is recommended for that. There are a lot of types are available, mainly two types. One is fluorescent penetrant, another one is visible penetrant. So when we are using fluorescent penetrant, we can use black light to see the defects. So visible penetrant, no need for any black light, so we can able to see in the naked eye. And apart from that, there are four types of penetrants are there. We will see later in detail, but the type is water washable and post emulsifier and solvent removable and hydrobaric. So these are the types of penetrant which is available in the market. So the third step is dwell time. So when we are applying the penetrant in the particular surface, so we have to wait certain time. Normally minimum is 5 minutes to 60 minutes. It depends upon the surface, it depends upon the components, right? So the size of the component, the composition, temperature, and the nature of the discontinuity, right? So we have to wait a certain time to the penetrant should penetrate in the defects, right? So we have to give a certain time. The time is called as dwell time. Normally it is called as a dwell time. There are, you can see that is a charts. So it is standard times are available. So for aluminium material, right, it is coming from the casting. So then the waiting, the dwell time is 5 to 15 minutes, right, when we are using for water vessel. So likewise, that is a chart is available. So you can choose the appropriate time from the chart itself. The next one is removal of excess penetrant after finishing the dwell time. So you have to remove all the penetrants from the surface. You can use the cloth. You have to completely clean all the penetrant from the surface, right? And the fifth one is the application of developer. So after cleaning the penetrant, we have to apply the developers in the particular area where we are applied the penetrants. The main purpose of the developer is to pull out the penetrant from the cracks. We already discussed that it is based on the capillary actions, right? So a lot of developers are available. It may be used in dry or wet form, right? So dry powder is available, water soluble is available, water suspendable is available, non-acoustic type one, that's a fluorescent, and non-acoustic type 2, that's a visible dye, and special applications. There are a lot of dyes are available. You can use according to the component and applications. The next one is development of indication. So after applying the developer, then we have to wait 5 to 10 minutes because the developer is pull out the penetrant from the cracks, right? So we have to certain period of time because due to capillary actions, the penetrant is coming out of the surface and it will spread over there where there is a crack is available. And the last one is inspection. So after finishing, you have to see is there any penetrant which is available in the surface, right? If there is a penetrant available, then that means in that place there is a crack which is available. So how can we find the depth of the crack and how much orientation? Right. So orientation we can able to visualize in the top view through naked eye. But the depth of the defects we can define based on the penetrant, which is the quantity of the penetrant which is available on the surface, right? So if there is a small crack, then the small amount of penetrant is available. If there is a large, or if the crack depth is high, then lot of penetrants which is available on the surface, right? So after finishing this, we have to clean the surface, right? Because we have applied the developer, no? So we have to clean the surface. That's very important. So these are the some of the important standards. Viscosity, it is a characteristics of the penetrant, and the capillary rags we already discussed. Okay, and the advantage of this liquid penetrant testing is it is highly sensitive to small surface defects, and it can be portable to anywhere we can use, because it is the penetrant is available in the spray type, so we can anywhere we can carry this penetrant, and easy to inspect large area and large volumes. Wherever you want, you can go and inspect that area. And the cost is low when we compare the other NDT, eddy current and ultrasonic testing, so radiographic testing. So very less cost, and complex parts are so inspected routinely. Right, so proper visualization of defect is provided as indications or directly produced on the surface of the part. So these are the advantages. A lot of advantages are there. So I am listed here some of the important, right? And it is free any material limitation. There is no limitation for this testing. So we can apply for metallic, or we can apply for magnetic component, and we can apply for conductive materials, right? So. And some of the disadvantages also there. The defects must be open to the surface. If there is any features which is available in the component, inside the component, so we cannot able to see. We cannot apply these penetrant. So the surface, that should be open surface, and non-porous surface can be inspected only. If there is any porous, if there is any uneven surface is there, then it is very difficult to find out the cracks, because the liquid will not penetrate in the particular area. So surface should be very clean, very neat. And we have to apply surface films such as coatings, scales, as smart metal visually may mask defects. And pre-cleaning and post-cleaning is required. And multiple operation is controlled mode is required, because a lot of steps are there. We have to very carefully do one by one, and proper chemical handling and its disposal is very required. Right, we have to make sure that the chemical compositions. Right, smooth surface is required, because rough surface may affect its sensitivity. So these are the disadvantages. So I hope you will get some idea about the liquid penetrant testing. Alright, so the application, as I told, early casting product and forging products, right? Whatever the machining components, we can able to test this one. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day.